It's all in your hands. Unlock your potential with your dream expand.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another My Thursday. I'm Marc Naddell. I'm the host for today's webinar. And my background is for those of you who are new to My Thursdays, I am a senior coach on the MyT Coach platform, coaching platform that allows professionals, executives, people who are into self-development to come and find a coach that has a particular expertise that helps them address a need, develop a skill, or overcome a challenge. And you can go to MYT, that's Coach, and you can check out the website. We also have a LinkedIn page, so if you like this topic and you want to be alerted of future topics like this, you can go to the Coach page on LinkedIn and follow us. And then when we have an announcement about a new speaker, you'll get that in your notifications on LinkedIn. Now, my background before becoming a coach is I'm an entrepreneur. I've started a few companies that I am still involved with on the board, or I'm managing director for another one. Before that, I spent about 30 years in corporate America and was a corporate spokesperson and an executive at 4 different Fortune 500 companies in business development, marketing, and product management. And some of that was in AI. Towards the end, I was with 2 different companies working on AI semiconductor chips, but the software was a critical piece, developing the SDKs for third-party developers to create solutions using the chips and being compatible with different platforms for developing algorithms using, huge databases of images. So I'm somewhat familiar. I'm not an expert like our guest, but I am familiar with a lot of the issues and the opportunities, and that's what I'm going to harvest from as he's sharing all these great insights. I'll look for a good opportunity to ask my question at the right time. Now, I'm going to talk just a little bit about our guest. It's Dr. Charles Guo, and he has extensive experience with Google, where he was co-founder, a principal, and a co-innovator for an agriculture-related AI platform. And he spent many years there developing the solution, learning, and contributing before he went off on his own to create a company that's been in existence now for 8 years. He's going to talk about it in more detail. I don't want to pop the balloon too early here. Let him talk about it. But it's a very successful AI-related company, and I think most of you would be interested in learning more about this. He has his PhD from UCLA in computer science. And before I say anything else, I want to turn over the floor to Dr. Guo. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Marc. Also, thank you, Kathy, inviting me to this event. Today, I'm happy to share my experience and understanding about which careers have the brightest future in this AI age. So again, here's my background, so I can give more why to this topic. It's interesting to me now. As Marc said, I've been in Google for more than 11 years. Even from college, 20 years, 30 years ago, I started AI. In the past 30 years, most of my work is in the AI area. There's some booms and bursts in this journey. But like I say, this year especially, I feel surprised by the progress in the AI area, even though I've been here for a long time. Especially, I had another journey. About 8 years ago, I had a hobby to teach kids coding. Like say, fortunately or unfortunately, the hobby project became a big school. We had 800 students now. Last year, we had 11 students got accepted to MIT. We have 14 students got accepted to the USA CO USA Computing Olympiad finalist camp. Nationally, there are only 26 of them. So more than half is from our school. So then it's busy for me to both manage Google's work and my coding school X Camp. So I left Google last year, then focused on how to help our kids grow. Last month, I visited Google again with my friends in Google, in Meta, also in NVIDIA. So I talked to them, want to get the first-hand experience for these, senior leads in these big companies. I'm kind of surprised. All of them say junior software engineer is not needed anymore for them. Because, we now have 800 students in my school. In the future, in the next several years, every year it's keep growing. I'm thinking, okay, I'm responsible for these thousands of students at this age. How this school, how we prepare for them. That's the reason, I'm thinking about the future career opportunities. And then today I want to spend some time to discuss with Marc and this group. Yeah, the first topic I want to share with you is about the layoffs. It's kind of a situation we are facing, especially in the tech companies. Here, like Microsoft is one example. Also, like say how the situation in the past several years, and what's the AI status, and what's kind of an impact on this job market. I did some research. It's from Layoff, FYI. It's for the last 4 years. We can see here, 2023 is kind of peaked at almost 300,000 tech jobs got eliminated. Last year and this year is predicted still there will be more than 100,000 jobs will be eliminated in the tech area.
Can you explain the red bar? Is that the number of companies that correlates with the number of jobs laid off?
Yes. On the left is the jobs, on the right is the company numbers. Yeah, we can see more than 1,000 in 2022, 2023, and still we have more than 500 companies still there in the layoff stage.
So if I'm reading this correctly, the number of companies laying people off since 2023 is decreasing, the number of companies, and the number of people is also decreasing. So the trend is in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay.
I like to see the trend is in the right direction, but there's a reason, for the 2022 and the 2023, they're more because the pandemic, there are more hiring than necessary. At 2023, Google, Alphabet, we had 12,000 people get laid off. So I was there. I see a lot of my friends left Google. It's definitely a hard time to experience. This chart, I want to still say, 100,000 is not a small number. Still, even it's getting down, but it's not a small number. Also, like say, layoff is one number. The other number is kind of new hires. So I don't have it here, but I already have the feeling this year, some interns and the new graduates, it's so hard for them to find a job.
Could I ask you, in your understanding, is it correct for me to assume that the big hump, like you said, it came from overhiring after COVID, but also perhaps the displacement of traditional computer science engineers in favor of AI data scientists and this like different skill set?
Yeah, that's true. Now I will discuss later too, the new hires, kind of new areas, new growing jobs. It's kind of slightly different now. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I noticed this year's like new hires. I still know some students, graduates from Stanford, Harvard, Columbia. They are still looking for jobs. This is not the case in the past several years. So why the situation also I just mentioned, for the junior software engineer is not need that many anymore. Yeah. Then I want to discuss deeper into the AI situation. I want to discuss two concepts here. I think all of you heard AGI, artificial general intelligence. It's kind of the AI could be smarter, Alexei, just be smarter than human in general cases. We say ChatGPT, Gemini, I think it's pretty smart, but they might not, smarter than human on every cases, every knowledge base. Yeah, but they might be. Let's see the trend. The second concept, I think some of you already heard that too. It's called the AI singularity. So it's kind of a theoretical point when AI not only surpasses human, but also they can improve self autonomously, which means when the singularity happens, the AI 1.0 can build automatically the AI 2.0, which is smarter than itself. Then 2.0 can build 3.0, even smarter, and even take less time. So when this will happen, some of you might not realize, the timeline. That's kind of one point I want to share with you. Professor Ray Kurzweil, I list two of his books about AI singularity here. One is from 2005. It's called The Singularity is Near. The second one is The Singularity is Nearer. It's just a couple years ago for the second book.
As you give this presentation, one of the questions I have, I'll bring it up at the end, is as AI meets or exceeds human intelligence, what kind of knowledge or skills will it make sense for humans to focus on? And I think you're going to cover that later, right?
Yes, I have slides for that.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. Professor Ray Kurzweil, he's a very famous American futurist. He made about 150 predictions in the last 30 years, especially in the technology area. 86% of them are correct, I realized. Right, kind of at the time he predicted. So there's a theory behind his predictions. It's kind of the computation per second per dollar, which means in the constant dollar, without the inflation, how much computation we can buy per second. This chart is a log scale. Each one is like 10 times more on the y-axis. On the right, you can see the year from 1935 to now is almost 90 years. It's kind of linear growth in this log scale, which means it's exponential growth in the real situation. From this curve, it kind of predicts, at which kind of a computation level, what we can realize. For example, the iPhone, even before that, the internet, all this related to computation power we can achieve. From this curve, he predicted AGI, which means we have general AI, which is smarter than us. It will be realized in 2029. Some of you might have heard from Elon Musk. He said, okay, this is too conservative. He thought it must be just in 2 years, not 4 years. Anyway, it's just several years away, not so far. Original couple years, last year, I still had the doubt on this prediction. But this year, I'm kind of convinced, especially when I visit these three companies. I see this kind of big improvement and so fast. For the singularity, Professor Kurzweil predicted 2045. It's just 20 years. I think all of us will be, might living through this singularity point. So that's also the reason, I had this kind of talk in Chinese 2 weeks ago for the group. And today I want to share this again in English because I want not only me, but also all this audience here to be really aware of this situation. It will have a big, big impact on us, on the careers, on the job, on the lifestyle we have. Yeah,
It has big consequences.
that's true. Yes.
I want to encourage everyone in the audience before we go too far. If Dr. Guo's information or insights are generating some questions, feel free to type it into the chat at the bottom of your screen. Okay, continue, please.
Okay. Yeah, here's another chart I want to share with you. Is another kind of measurement. It's called the humanities last exam, which means when the AI passes this exam, it surpasses humanity, all the humans. Also, this kind of AGI concept. This is organized by Scale AI with, I think, more than 500 researchers, including one of my friends who is from Washington University. It collects 3,000 questions from math, physics, biology, humanity, computer science, etc. So this, I think most of them is PhD level questions in these fundamental science areas. From the right, we can see just 1 year ago from ChatGPT 4.0, it's about 5% accuracy. Now, just 1 year later, when the OpenAI Deep Research release and the OpenAI O3, it's already almost 30%. From this speed, some people, or most people believe, after definitely 2 to 4 years, we can reach 80, 90, or even 100% accuracy by AI. This gave another feeling and measurements, the AGI arriving time. I will use this chart because, again, hope all of us can internalize this process. Sometimes if we are not internalized, we just put it as a knowledge, we might really think about it deeper and take actions. Then the question will be, okay, if it happens, what jobs would like to be replaced by AI? Because this relate to our jobs, also relate to our children's future jobs and career opportunities too. I think this worried me because I have 800 students study with me now on the computer science and AI. They achieved good results in the past, but also I want to prepare them to be well prepared for the future, especially for their career, for the job market. Here's a summary, 5 different areas. I think that's good categorized to think about. First, kind of routine based. If it's routine, these are already happening, in these factories. For example, like the car factories, especially in Tesla, they're already being replaced by robots. I think similarly, more and more, this kind of routine job will be replaced by AI. The second, like predictable. If we know there's no creativity involved, we can predict it happens next minute, next hour, next year, then it can be easily replaced. The third one is repeated. There's some jobs it's repeat every time, even though some intelligence involved, but still this can be replaced by the AI. The fourth one is automated. It's also related, but if it's easy to be automated, it will be faster to be replaced. Yesterday I have like a plumber. It's a pipe leak detection came to my house. I saw that his job it will be replaced later. It's not that easy. It's not can be automated. It's not repeated. Each situation is different. Definitely it's also not predictable. He spends several hours even cannot figure out where is the leak. So the last one is kind of inefficient. If some job is not efficient, it will be replaced.
Yeah, if I can ask a question here, it's training the AI algorithms requires so much data to get processed for accurate decisions to be made by AI thinker, right? So, like you're talking about the plumber. I mean, there's millions of plumbers over last many years have been doing this work, but nobody is there recording what they're encountering, what tools they're using, right? What the technique is. And that kind of visual data would be so important to amass to train a robot to see here's the whole landscape of potential issues a plumber will encounter. And here are the tools and what worked the best, right? So isn't that like the big barrier for a job like plumbing?
Exactly. I think all of us will know, for the AI, there's three major components. The first one is the algorithm. The second one is the data. The third one is computing power, like GPUs. For some area, like the plumbing, also the AI, I agriculture. I worked in agriculture in Google for about 7 years. The key points is it's hard to get very high quality, big size of the data, because similar to the plumbing, the agriculture kind of in the same situation. The farmers, they don't log their data, they don't keep record of their data, so sometimes it's hard to keep. Even though some of them they're happy to keep, they did the record, but it's not accurate, because sometimes like their machine they didn't calibrate before they use that, but they don't care, right? But when we train our AI model, we need this kind of data to be accurate. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and so in some ways, I'm thinking too that consumer data is the easiest to aggregate, but enterprise data is more challenging because enterprises don't like to share their data with their competitors. They don't want their data, their proprietary information to get pooled and create a big enough pool for AI to train very efficiently. So especially with small companies, companies that tend to be more specialized or niched, they're not even capturing that data in any kind of consistent way across different, enterprises. So would it be safe to say that a lot of enterprise operations may be automated or replaced by AI later than a lot of consumer type of opportunities?
I think so. I agree. Yeah, consumer side, because the data is easier to get, it's available to train the AI models. So definitely that would be a move faster. But even for the enterprise data, I believe those enterprise who use their data combined with AI, to improve their efficiency, to improve their process, they will move faster. They will have more profit margin. Finally, they might win. So I feel the enterprise, they might not share their data, but hope they will embrace the AI technologies and applications as fast as possible. Yeah.
What that would tell me there is within the same industry, the enterprises with more scale would have the advantage because of the amount of data they could be processing versus their competitors.
Yes, I think that's the case. So that's also make small, startup companies less competitive in this case. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Um, yeah, the next page you know, studied the World Economic Forum. They had a report early this year. They said in the next 5 years, there will be 92 million jobs replaced or lost. Here's the list, how many, like the kind of the percentage, most negative area. So yeah, you can see most like the clerks, I like say the repetitive, predictable jobs will be replaced. Yeah. So next page, I think our next question I want to discuss is for our kids, especially their college and career selection. Any advices? That's the topic. I just think in the kind of last whole month, that's major question in my mind. I keep thinking about that. Okay, how we can provide maybe better advices, suggestions, and education resources to help our kids for their college and career selection. Here are my thoughts. But in the same report in the World Economic Forum, these still very optimistic. They said there will be 170 million jobs will be growing in the next 5 years. We study, go to the details. The first one is the big data specialist. Yeah, as Mark, you just mentioned, for the consumer data, also for the enterprise data, we need experts to handle that. I think that will be a big need in the next I think just 5 years. It's hard to say 10, 15 years, but for the next 5 years, definitely that's the big need. Also like fintech engineers, definitely the third one is AI and machine learning specialists. So all the others you can see still software related, data related, and UX UI related, product related, technology related, so information related. From here, I still see computer science, AI, data still are the most promising, popular areas in which the job will continue growing. So yeah, that's because when I visit these companies, my friends said, okay, junior software engineer might not be needed anymore. But with the AI, we need more senior software engineer. We need more engineer with AI background because I believe every industry, including even the farming, even the agriculture, because the AI tool, we can with less cost to build better products, to build more automation systems to help that industry. So in this way, we need more people with senior backgrounds on software engineer, computer science, and AI. They can work with AI systems to kind of generate new products in the fast way. Also, like say in the next 5, 10 years, it's not AI replacing our jobs. It's the people who know how to work with AI, how to work with AI will replace those people who don't.
So what that tells me is it's the people who become more productive because they know what tools are out there and how to use them at the right time.
Yeah.
I noticed too on your list is a
Yes.
healthy split between people developing solutions and people applying solutions, right?
Yes.
Like Internet of Things specialists, that probably somebody who's looking at a need and then trying to figure out what's the best way to implement the solutions and automate them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that will be high demand. If you know the need, if you know how to use the tool to meet that need, now you might need a big team to build that. With the AI, it will be easier even with a small team.
One thing is for sure is for all those roles, the person who can learn quickly and easily and be very agile and curious is going to have better opportunities to stay employed because things will be so dynamic, right?
Exactly. That's also in the coming slides. I want to emphasize it's hard to predict future. Only those people with the core skills, abilities will adapt to the new environment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. In this page, it's from the McKinsey report early this year too. I read that kind of carefully to figure out what kind of new jobs to be created. In the last page, these jobs are still traditional jobs, which means the jobs we are having now, but they still keep growing because of the AI will be applied to different areas. But for this one, it's all new, brand new jobs will be created. If we look carefully, every area of them, 10 of these, have the AI involved. I like to see all the new jobs to be created are AI related. As I like to say, we are in the AI plus era. So anything plus AI, that's the new job.
Yeah. So when I look at this, I mean, it's a lot of roles, right? Just well segmented into different buckets. Uh, One of the questions I would have if I was like a 25-year-old professional is which of these is going to pay enough for me to have a nice lifestyle, right?
Yes.
What's your thought there?
Um,
What's going to drive the higher demand for services that will justify more pay?
yes, definitely the pay is related, not related, definitely related to the area, also related the kind of the position in that area you are at, right? If you are a junior, might less than senior. I like say, finance definitely is one still a big easy way because they are closer to money. Also, all these kind of AI development, I think that's the core. All these AI applications still need keep AI development being there. I like to say education is one, but have long time meaning. Like now, I work as a academy with education, but like say it's less less profitable, less money there. And another one is I like to say the robotics and automation because you can see the humanoid as Musk other people said maybe in just several years there will be more humanoids on the earth than all the humans, like maybe more than 7 billion or even double that numbers. If you work on this robotics and automation, definitely I believe that will be a big area. Also, I like to say, to make more profitable, it's kind of how much you can contribute, how you can make the process efficient, how you can increase the revenue and reduce the cost. That's kind of a combination, even in every area, in every industry.
I remember from your list on the last slide, uh, I made an observation. It said there's people who are developing the solutions, there's people who are applying the solutions.
Yes.
I'm wondering, like the dynamic now is the people developing the solutions are getting paid a lot more than the folks who are implementing them, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But in the era that's very dynamic, it could possibly be that the people who are deploying or applying the technologies are going to have to understand a lot of different tools, a lot of different equipment, a lot of different scenarios. They might actually have a better upside than the folks who are getting a lot of the development done by the machines, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's your insight there?
I like to say for those people, like still, in the core development of the AI systems, they will have like a still more advantage to scale all this up. But for this group of people, it will be a very, very small group. For example, ChatGPT, they only have several hundred people last year. Now it just couple thousand. Even
Yeah.
for Google, we 180,000 people, maybe several dozen thousand working on core AI technology. But
Yeah.
definitely people they earn big bucks. Yes.
And that's because there's fewer people demanding a salary, and at the same time, that smaller pool is directing the tasks to AI and then reviewing the work to make sure it's accurate and compatible with other work that's being done, right? More
Yeah.
coordination and oversight and directing, and not so much actual coding, right?
Yes. Yes. Also, this kind of a core AI development, it will be largely, used in every area. Like when the Gemini and the ChatGPT new version released, a lot of the industry they will use that. A lot of application situations they will use that. So they will have a fundamental user base. But for those working on the applications, definitely there, for each application, there's a kind of a last mile advantage for this different use case. But the market will be focused in that specific domain.
Hmm. We do have a question from the audience.
Yes.
In the context of AI, what does the DevOps engineer on your growing job slide mean? What's the functions there?
Oh, okay. For the DevOps, that's kind of more focused on say you have a product kind of released. For this kind of product, in a product development cycle, for this kind of a product operation, you have different products release, different versions, also maybe apply to different situations. This kind of keep the product running robustically and keep improving that. That's kind of engineer because the core AI may keep the very small, different companies, but for different applications, that's kind of engineer to integrate the AI, core AI, and integrate into the product, release product, keep the product running. That's kind of engineer will be, I think that will be needed more in the coming years. Yeah. Because we will apply AI to a lot of new areas.
So there's another similar question on the other side of the fence, is for people in traditional jobs, like a civil engineer, architect, like a construction site, how do you see AI changing the demand for those roles or changing those roles?
I like say the same for those who use AI, for those say civil engineers who use AI will have the advantage over those who don't. For example, for all these kind of designs, now AI can help you do this civil engineering design. So if you use that, you will improve your efficiency. So you will reduce your cost. You will have your job delivered faster. So also, I hope all of us can be aware this is the new trend. Yes, everyone, we need to be AI plus our specialty.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. That's kind of the second topic about the job impact by AI. The third one I'm keep thinking is, yeah, we have these new AI created jobs. How would we prepare our kids? How would I, set up my curriculum? How would I, talk to the parents, encourage the parents, talk to students, encourage students to be aware of this and to help them to prepare for this? I think that's a hard question. It's kind of make me anxious. I think through that. I'm not sure I got the full answer, but I came to these slides. This also when I read the World Economic Forum report, it listed these top 12 core skills. They said this will keep to be needed in this AI age.
Hey, Charlie?
Yes.
I'm thinking like for the kids, it's the most upside because they're young. They still have lots of opportunity in school, learn hard skills. But for the people who are already out in the workforce, these are also really important skills to think about. Look at this list and say, where do you have strengths? Where do you have weaknesses? And as Charlie's talking about the dynamic future of AI, you might want to make sure you don't have too many weaknesses here. Right,
Yes,
Charlie?
exactly. Yes. This is not only for our kids, also for us too, if we are still in the job market. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if we look through that, this Alex definitely soft skills, not knowledge. As you just mentioned, also we all can see. So the knowledge, will be kind of replaced, or the AI will have this kind of knowledge. They will be much smarter than us. But for the humans, what we will have. Also, if we think about cross kind of different humanity age, these kind of core skills, I like say in this top 12, there are only 2 related to this AI age. It is kind of the number 6, technology literacy, and number 11, the AI and big data. If we look at the other 10, even though in the agriculture age, if we in the industry age, they still very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one, analytical thinking, especially, to have the advantage to build systems, to use AI, to collaborate AI to different applications. I think this kind of analytical thinking is very, very important.
Mhm.
The second one, you already mentioned the resilience and the flexibility, because Alex, no one will know what will happen in 10, 15, or 20 years, especially when AI singularity happens. No one will know now exactly what will be the impact to the society, to our kids, to each family. So only our kids, they know their self. They are the expert of their self. They are the one who know themselves the best. If they have this resilience, if they have this flexibility, they will adjust themselves to their strengths, to the world. Similar to others, I think always leadership is the key. When you run a business, I think you always notice there are some people, they have the leadership, they are proactive, they can find a problem and solve problem. Some people, they don't. They need you assign tasks to them. They will follow your lead. But I believe for our kids, those kids who has leadership, who are proactive, who are self-driven, will be more adapted to this new AI age. This is also similar to the creative thinking, also the motivation, self-motivation, as just said, and self-awareness. Empathy, I think it's another point too. Even from some students, my students, they are more technical, they are more STEM. I like the student to have more empathy and can do active listening, can be more supportive, especially when a lot of robots around us. I think cross human connections even more important in our society.
Yeah, the empathy is going to be very hard for machines to understand.
That's true. Yes. I want to go through all of them because I feel this is the key. This is the key for us to understand. I also want to use the internalize the word, because we have a lot of events, we have read a lot of books, we have a lot of knowledge. If we don't internalize this, we might not apply to our life. We might not apply to our education, our communication with our kids. The eighth one, I think that's also important. It's very, very important, the curiosity. I see a lot of my students and their parents, they made a mistake, especially the parents made a mistake to suppress the kids' interest, to suppress the kids' curiosity. I feel that's a big, big mistake. They pursue good grade, maybe go to school, but they just have the kids no curiosity. I think that will be a big mistake if you have the kids have not as much as curiosity as he has. Please be aware. Sometimes we might have good intention, but have the bad result we don't want. Talent management is the key also for all of us to know, even in this AI era, how to manage both, AI's talent and human talent. Yes. I think for the 10 is also important, especially in the next 5 to 10 years. Our focus will be use AI to find the real customer's need, to real, all service oriented, which means how do we provide the best service to the users. AI and 11 and big data is the key, as we already know. It will every area will have the AI use the big data, and if our kids have these kind of skills, it will be a plus. Finally, system thinking. That's even more important when we have all these tools. A person who knows the system, who have this system thinking capability, they will have more advantages. I spend more time. Yes, go ahead.
So I look at your list here. It makes a lot of sense. What especially makes sense to me is number 1 and 2, because as we were saying before, AI is going to make things continuously dynamic, changing, raising the bar, permeating deeper and broader. So the people who are analytical thinkers can step back and analyze where's the opportunity, what is going away, and then make the right decision. They have to be analytical to study what's going on and know what's important to look at, right? And how to weigh things. And then the resilience is when it's dynamic, you're going to be very happy and very successful. And then a week later, your whole industry is being shaken up and jobs are going shrinking by 50%. So you're going to have to be able to bounce back, to be agile, to change roles, and to not get down and give up, right? To get up and retrain yourself. We're going to go in a different direction. Don't, hang on to a sunk cost. Your old career might have disappeared. Now you have to forge forward doing something new. So those two are going to be so critical for a dynamic market environment.
Yes, exactly. Definitely next question is how could we help us to help our kids to have a more analytical thinking and could be more resilient. Yeah. That's also, I think deeper after I learned this, I think I know the direction I want to go to help our kids. That's also, as we kind of redesign, also improve our current curriculum to get our kids ready, especially not only on knowledge, but more on these kind of core skills. That's kind of our new curriculum. In the core one, we have the core algorithms. If anyone here, if you're a software engineer, like a tech company like Google, we have 5 round interviews. 3 of the rounds, 3 interviews will be focused on the algorithms and the data structure. Because that's not only knowledge, but more about all these kind of skills we talked about, analytical skills, flexibility, problem solving. So that's our core class. That's also we taught in the last 8 years. The second journey is about the competitive coding. Some students don't like competitive stuff, but some students they like. Some parents think, okay, competitive is not that much useful. But now I see it's even more useful. This kind of competitive programming is kind of give you 3 problems you need to solve in 4 hours. It's very, very challenging. But it can help us, our students, to develop resilience, to develop kind of to overcome these hard problems, to be stronger, to be more self-driven. Yeah. Also, definitely
To not be
yeah.
to not be afraid of losing or coming in second, right? That's part of the resilience.
Yes.
Is being able to afford to lose in order to have a chance at winning.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Also, we have our new AI classes. I have explored this AI class for 1 year. Now it's ready to be publicly available. And we not only have AI knowledge, but also projects, also AI research. We collaborate with several universities to provide this opportunity for students to do AI research in high school. Also game development. Let's say for some students, I know some students, not a few, even sometimes a big number, they addict to video games now. For the middle school, high school students, spends too much time on video game. This can have impact in their life, in their study. So I figured out one way to help them, to help these students to develop video games. I see a lot of students, they enjoy that. They spend more time in development.
That's great. That's a great strategy.
Yes. I feel that's a good way. So I will keep kind of have more students join our video development projects and class. Finally, we have APCS class to help students, to have good scores in APCS, mostly to learn this Java coding. So maybe last line, let's say, for all these classes
I
now.
noticed that you have a second. Charlie?
Yes. Did I lost you? Did you lost me?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, that's good. Yes.
Yeah, so I noticed that you have second to fifth graders. Is it possible for older kids to start off on this journey?
Yes, so this kind of also the new class. I realized, even for these elementary school students, they have the kind of feeling coming if they already can know the basic AI concept. There will be in their like a thinking process. I like say this kind of in their blood to adopt this AI era.
Hmm.
Definitely, like a older student can learn all these classes too. Yeah,
It's almost like learning another language, right?
that's
If you
true. That's
start
true.
early,
Yeah, yeah.
you start early, you develop that part of your brain for this type of thinking.
Yeah, yeah. The goal for all these classes now, I want to prepare our kids, even before the college, to be ready, to have a career, field study, or even have their own startup in this AI era. Yeah, just we have spring class, summer class, and summer camp, uh, and we have our AI classes coming. And we have collaborations with Georgia Tech, Washington University, also our own nonprofit X school. That might be a philosophical question I want to discuss here. So, what would our life be after AI singularity, say in 20 years? Last year, the New York Times, they have one article. It says asked if AI takes all our jobs, will it also take our purpose? This is a big topic. Definitely, there's no answer, but I want to kind of inspire you to think about that. Also, it relates to our education too, because currently some parents have to say, okay, let's help our kids have good score, good college, then they will have a good job. Now, Alex say it will not work anymore. AI will take some of our jobs. Definitely, we will create more jobs with AI. However, the current education system, including even the top universities, they don't have the class to teach AI yet. So we need our students to be really prepared with all this flexibility, analytical thinking, all these capabilities. Okay, great. That's all I'm gonna share, Mark.
So if AI and robots take all our jobs, but they still feed us, would we technically be their pets?
That's a very good question. In the Chinese version, I have one more slide to set to think deeper. Maybe after 20 years, AI built everything for us. We
Yeah.
don't need to work. We don't need to work. Will we be a pet or we maybe more independent? Maybe we will have our real freedom.
Hmm. I know
Not
in some,
most time we are not free because we need to work to feed us, to have a shelter for our family, to support the physical, the material uh, living. But when all this material can be satisfied by robots, they help us to build everything we need, then we'll be really, really free.
yeah, there's some science fiction movies and TV shows that show the world in the future where humans don't do this kind of work anymore. And what's left to humans is to colonize space and to explore space, right? Like Star Trek, where the machines did all of the work, cooking the food or cleaning or whatever. And all they were left to do is to go find new worlds, explore, right?
That's true. Yes,
Or artistic work.
yes, yes. And we can have more time, to feel more about ourselves, to satisfy more of our own needs, not the material world. Yeah.
People could spend more time being healthy and exercising and reading.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, well, I don't see any more questions coming in. I notice you have a QR code there in the right side. What does that bring? What does that bring them to?
Oh yeah, that's I know some friends here they use WeChat. That's my WeChat code. So you can add me on WeChat if you have any questions or you want to discuss with me, you want to maybe have some sharing with me too, or comments. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've answered my questions. I don't see any new ones coming in. We had a nice big audience today, and this shows a lot of interest in you and the topic. Thank you for being so articulate and opening our eyes and giving us a lot of hope for the future. As long as we're resilient and develop those other skills, all 12 skills, we'll be in good shape.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Cassie, again. I don't think, these questions, that's my own, personal understanding. They may not be the answer, but hope all of us can think deeper about this kind of situation and how to help ourselves and our kids. Yeah.
Very helpful. Thank you, Charlie. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
It's hard to stand out, but I've got a secret that I'm about to shout. Building bridges and making friends, that's how the journey of success begins. Surround yourself with diverse minds, experts in their field, so wise. Together we'll conquer and achieve. Customize your growth, there's nothing you can't conceive. Build your network, reach for the stars. Professional advantage taking you far. Communication and leadership, it's all in your hands. Unlock your potential with your dream team. With diverse minds, experts in their field, so wise. Together we'll conquer and achieve.